It's time for another edition of the Stat Market. We give you the numbers, and these guys will tell us they're buying if they think that stock will remain steady or increase, sell if they think it will decrease. So first up, Chris Paul. He's your league leader in clutch time scoring. That's the last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter and overtime when the score is within 5 points. So Brian, are you buying or selling that CP leading the pack here will continue?
That is such a ridiculous number that I was inclined to say sell, because I just think nothing against him. I just don't think he can keep that up. But then I saw that alley-oop that he threw down in the All-Star game on Sunday, and I was like, you know what? Maybe I should just buy everything Chris Paul right now. I mean, look at this. By the way, how did he even know to throw it to him?
I told you he hadn't been up that high since 07.
Seriously, how did he even know to throw it to him? What was he even doing throwing it to him?
He credited that he doesn't eat meat anymore.
Yeah.
He said, I feel like 5
Look
years
at him,
younger.
explosion.
Yeah, I think you hit it on the head, Rach. I got a chance to talk to Chris after the game. I congratulate him on the changing of the new format and how well he played. But I'm definitely buying his clutch. He's always been clutch, and I think he had subpar years, solid year first year. Last year in Houston wasn't very good, and people started writing him off with his age and everything. But I know, talking to him in the summer, I see him a lot. He's very serious about his new diet and the not eating meat and really working on his body, and that's all he's been doing in Oklahoma City. So you thought we went into the season that he'd probably be traded at some point, but I think he's really captured the imagination of these fans, also while mentoring these younger players. So I'm definitely buying CP's clutchness, and I see it continuing throughout the season.
I'm buying because of what you said. He's so far ahead. So even if he drops a little bit, I mean, it's a lot to catch up to. And by the way, you're right. Chris Paul has always been clutch.
Always.
And look, I said it last season through the season. I'm going to keep saying this. His numbers weren't great last year because when he was playing with James Harden on the court, his numbers went down. And he was playing with James Harden a chunk of the time.
Right.
If you look at his on-off numbers, even last season, which was supposedly not his good season in Houston, they were good numbers.
Absolutely.
So he went to a new team that did not have his ball dominant, a fellow guard. And look, he's playing
When
better.
he had that hamstring injury before the All-Star break last year, and then he went and got it treated and came back. He's been a different player since he came back.
Well, you can see, I mean, I saw his Happy Birthday Jada. They were just on vacation, and you saw him with his shirt off, and I was just like, I don't remember that player. He's at his age, like cut up, shredded. So, like I said, he's really taken his health and his eating habits much more important, taking care of his body. So I see this continuing.
Nice. All right, let's get up to the Bucks All-Star, Khris Middleton, who is quietly putting up a pretty phenomenal season, guys. Averages of 20 per game. 50% from the field, 44% from three, 90% from the free throw line. Here are the guys who have had 50, 40, 90 averages with 20 points per game over a full season. Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, Dirk Nowitzki, Larry Bird, who did it twice. That is quite a list. Matt, are you buying Middleton competing this season and staying in that range?
That's a hell of a list, first and foremost, and I think he will stay in that lane. My only question with him is his clutchness in the playoffs. He gets paid. He got rewarded handsomely. He's their second guy, and I think to get over the hump, they're going to need Giannis to be Giannis, him to be himself, and then Eric Bledsoe to step up. So I've never questioned the regular season numbers with him. He's a tremendous player that flies under the radar because he doesn't say anything. He just does his job, and he plays in Milwaukee, and he does it well every night. But like I said, what I want to see from him is that next step in the playoffs, because they're going to need it if they were going to win a championship.
Yeah, and his numbers were solid in the playoffs last year, but he did only shoot 42%. So that is a challenge, and I think the shooting 90% from the foul line, like you literally just can't miss.
I mean, that's...
And you just can't miss.
And by the way, there's no Giannis effect there. You're all by yourself.
Right, you're right. But yeah, I think if it's a regular season, I think absolutely he has a great chance to do this, but I don't know about postseason.
I just think that, again, what we talked about in the next segment, what I saw the All-Stars do to Giannis in that fourth quarter, and it's a version of what we saw Toronto do, and Boston certainly has done it at different times over recent playoffs. They're going to need Khris Middleton to step up even more than he is with those incredible numbers, because you got to make him pay on the other rest of the side.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For highlights and analysis, check out the ESPN app. And for live streaming and premium content, check out ESPN+.